Shout out Sniper T on the beat.
Tamara to the break of dawn is on the rise, with life on the forefront of the mind. So line for line, you can ride this brain train and you can change your station without even touching the dial. So relax, stay a little bit, but listen for a while. And whether you're bumping this in the whip or in a business fit, it's a meeting you won't want to miss. A meeting for a meal to feed the soul with words for the mind. So sit back, enjoy the ride. Time to take off, it's time to fly. Cause Tamara till the break of dawn is on the rise.
Yes. Hey, y'all. Hey, welcome back to the show. I have such a special episode in mind for y'all. This is the episode I told y'all I've been having an announcement, life change, life update, all that good stuff. So this is the episode where you will finally find out what that is. I haven't been just leading you along to get you to come back and listen. But before we get into all that, wait, let me do, thank you to all my new listeners. New episodes drop every Thursday. I generally talk about my life and how I'm trying to grow. All my regular listeners, supporters, thank you so much for just continuing to support. Excuse my voice. I'm not sure if it's allergies. It's probably some sickness sprinkled in. It's a lot going on. And I didn't even think all this could happen at the same time in my body, but here we are. But you know what I'm saying. I have a guest, and if I'm honest, about I don't remember what day this was happening on Twitter. This might have been yesterday. I almost canceled him on coming on the show. And y'all know I don't beef with people and I don't do all that. So there's only certain things I beef over is food. And if you're watching, you feel me, on the YouTube, this same guest had the audacity of all audacities to come on the Tamara Till the Break of Dawn podcast platform and make his name Candy Corn Poppy. And when I seen that, I almost didn't let him in the recording studio. And there's only so many people that are so petty to do that. And Joose is definitely the one. So everybody, well, I guess welcome Joose to the show.
Candy Corn Poppy is the name for the evening. Candy Corn Poppy.
I will not be calling you that. I guess I just will be like, hey, nigga. I guess that's just what it's gonna be.
Listen. You have to respect the Candy Corn Coalition.
Absolutely not.
I am a new member.
Coalition must be destroyed. And to my listeners, if you eat candy corn, man, that is.
If you eat candy corn, you are one of the greats.
That is very unfortunate. It is.
But you are one of the best.
You have the worst food taste ever. You really eat wax, colorful wax.
Nope, don't do
that's sugary.
I love it.
Disgusting.
Love it to death.
Disgusting. Yeah. But today is story time with that nigga, I guess. It's matter of fact, I'm gonna change the title to that.
Nigga.
Yes.
No. That's good though. That's good.
Yeah, that's gonna be the title.
Story time with that nigga.
Yep, I was gonna do something else, but that's what it's gonna be. So yes, today we are going to just kind of share a bunch of different stories. He doesn't know what I have planned. I don't know what he has planned. That's how it goes usually whenever he comes on the show. But it is going to lead into my announcement. I figured that into the topics. So before we get into that, we are going to do I saw a tweet.
Oh, shit.
And I don't always do this. Is my first time doing this with, actually that's a lie because I did it with Khris, but I'm going to do it a little bit different this time because the tweets that I saw are from that nigga. So So,
Oh, yo, from that nigga, that is hilarious.
yes. So, I saw a few of you. I saw one tweet, and then when I saw it, and the first one you tweeted today,
Uh-huh.
but then I decided to do a little digging, and I actually have 4 tweets of yours. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
4.
that we're gonna discuss. You can tell the background story time with that nigga. You feel me? It's
Let's
still
go.
the theme. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
This is gonna be great.
Yes. So, tweet number 1.
Lord have mercy. What did I say?
So, ladies and gentlemen, that nigga said,
Why do you have my tweet up here like this?
because this is the segment. I saw a tweet. You feel me? I told you I had something for you, Candy Corn Poppy. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So he said, I stole a hoodie today. Can't fit it, but she don't have it no more. This is what that nigga said.
Yes, I am that nigga, and I said this.
So help us, walk us through, because we know it's hoodie season, and I know that one of your hoodies already is gone. You said that last week, or who knows, in Twitter time it'd be seeming like it was yesterday and it was an hour ago, but at some point in time you already gave away one hoodie.
Yes.
And then today, or sometime recently, you took it upon yourself to not only steal a hoodie, but steal a hoodie that you cannot fit, and you feel victorious.
I do.
So how did it go down? How did it go down? I'll take your tweet off for now.
First and foremost, City Boys up by 100. But so we're conversing, having a conversation, and
so this is a female that you are talking to?
No, just a friend.
Oh my god!
I know it's wild. Just a friend, but we're sitting there talking, and crazy enough, we're talking about hoodie season. So I informed my friend that I did donate a hoodie early in the game, so that I can go ahead and lose one and be okay with it. That's fine. She proceeds to tell me that she just received a shipment of personal hoodies, and I mean, in an assortment of flavors. Now, for those who don't know, I'm an earth tone type of guy. So I like the browns and the heather grays and pumpkin spice orange, if you will.
Okay.
And she pulls out an array of earth tone hoodies. Do I get jealous? Yes, because today I was just talking about I need to order an orange hoodie. She pulled out a fresh orange hoodie. It's all nicely folded in the plastic, the tag right there on the front. I gotta have that.
The hoodie you can't fit.
No. Yeah. I can't fit it. But
okay.
I thought about it. Think about it like this, right?
So you gotta have it. Why? What are you gonna do
I have
with
to
it?
have it to prove a point now.
Okay.
Years and years and seasons upon seasons and seasons.
Oh my gosh.
Women have stolen hoodies. Sometimes we don't even know until we go look.
I think steal is an aggressive term in some cases, because
taking it with no intent to return. Taking it with no intent to return.
However, you're defining the word, and that's good, because I tend to do that. But we're going to step away from that. We're going to step away from that today, which is so out of character. But to prove a point, okay, so we wear it because a lot of any hoodie that I've ever gotten, or any sweatshirt, or anything, t-shirt, it's not just hoodies, but I know it's hoodie season, and that's the big thing. So any clothing article that I've ever gotten, I was given it to wear for whatever reason. I was cold, or maybe I was leaving the next day or the same day or whatever, and for whatever reason I needed a different shirt, or I needed whatever, right? And that person never asked for it back. So
it's
so
crazy.
is it stealing if they, and they'd see me wear it again and they'd never say anything?
No,
Is that stealing?
they may have been able to afford to lose that particular article of clothing.
Gotcha.
That may have been in their loss prevention budget. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
Like,
okay. So
ooh,
it was in the line items for such
yeah,
an occasion.
yeah.
Gotcha.
So that's cool. But she knows now because she shares stories with me about how she's stolen innocent victims' hoodies and with no intent to give them back, and he don't need it. I need it. It's nice. I want it. Cool. That's what I
Mm,
took upon
okay.
myself to like something, want something, and take something.
Okay, Beyonce.
Now,
See it, I want it.
I don't think she has noticed yet because I haven't gotten a phone call.
Hmm.
Now, when that phone call comes, I will share it with you guys what happened. But
Oh yeah, we need the update.
she's not getting that hoodie back.
Okay, so to prove a point,
I might
gotcha.
give it to her in like July.
Cause like I actually wear, you know what I'm saying? It's clothing I can fit.
Yeah,
I just and you
yeah.
can't.
I can't fit it. It would be like if my belly would be out if I decide to put it on.
Hmm.
So I'm not going to do that. But it is a nice color. It's in the car as we speak right now. So.
Hmm.
Because she might come over, see it, like, ooh, I got one like this. Ooh, this is mine. I don't wanna run that chance.
Right. So you rather just have it out of
Yeah,
sight, out of
yeah,
mind. She not
exactly.
gonna think you did it.
Cool.
Just further scheming.
Mhm.
Okay, gotcha. All
Further
right.
speak.
So thank you, sir. Let's move on to the next tweet. Hold on, where's it at? All right. Introverts, do y'all feel awkward when people sing happy birthday to you? And you said you hate it.
Yes.
Why?
God, it feels like you on the spot, like everybody's looking at you. No, my anxiety is at 1,000. And a whole group of people are looking at me and you're singing to me, and I'm pretty sure you want me to, because you know how you sing happy birthday and then they ask you how old you are. You have to harmonize how old you are. I'm never harmonizing how old I am. I'm never. I'm just going to sit silently and hopefully y'all stop.
So how did your live event go? I got a celebrity on the show, you feel me? He had an event. Oh, of course that was coming. You that nigga. You know what I'm saying? Um But how did that go? But I'm noticing it's a kind of a trend with a lot of us podcasters, because now I'm not like that with my birthday. I want all the songs, I want all the attention on my birthday. That's
Mhm.
probably the only day that I'm okay with it. Other than that, I don't like people to make a big deal out of me.
Right.
I'm not a fan of public speaking, even though I have to do it often for various reasons, either teaching or spoken word events or whatever. But how did that live event go then? Because you know what I'm saying, all eyes on Joose.
Well, the live event actually got canceled.
Aw.
It did. Now, check this out though. Now, before it got canceled, my anxiety was extremely high because I knew people would be looking at me,
Mm.
like directly at me and all that.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I mean, I was if the show didn't get canceled, I was going to go ahead and take a couple shots in the back
Yep.
and what I'm saying, just thug it out. But it did get canceled. But we do plan on doing it again. So
Mm.
I'll be prepared to take more shots in the back and go out there and do my thing.
It's so funny because, and I haven't, man, I haven't drank since the beginning of August, like August 1st. And I only remember it because I remember why I stopped drinking was I was doing this kind of like processing the issues of my heart thing
Mhm.
for the month of August. And I'm like, okay, I want to be sober minded while I'm doing that. So I'm just not going to drink all month. And
Right.
I still just haven't drank since then. And it's so interesting because, of course, when I started podcasting, I never drank when I recorded. I would just do it sober because I wanted to feel whatever emotion
Mhm.
I was trying to convey in the episode. Then, podcast happy hour, but then also when I started recording video, so it's something where I had to get used to looking at myself
Right.
while I talk. So basically looking myself in the eye almost while I talk about my feelings and whatever. And you would think that'd be easy, but it is super
Yeah.
uncomfortable. And so then it got to this, okay, yeah, I gotta get to drinking, just to ease the nerves.
Right.
But now, I don't know. It just is what it is, and we'll see. We'll see what that looks like as I start teaching workshops down the line with my company. Of course, I got to be sober, but I haven't taught in a classroom in like 4 years. That's the last time I had a job where I was teaching in a classroom. So the thought of it, plus I won't say post-pandemic because we're still in this, but the pandemic makes things a lot different because I work from home, and so I'm often not in crowds of people.
Right.
So we'll see how that plays out. But let's move on to the next tweet. Okay.
You really pulling my tweets up as well.
I really. If a nigga leave your titties on read, you did that shit.
Yeah.
And it's interesting why because you're the only person I've seen a lot of the chitter chatter that's going on, because there was a tweet where someone sent somebody some and he left her on read, and it just started this whole thing. And I saw your tweet actually the day that you tweeted it, and I wanted to ask you about it. And I'm like, because why is that your take on it? That's a much different take than what I've seen on the timeline.
All right, now there are a lot of things that, well, you know what? It's not a lot of things. There are only a couple things that really men enjoy. All right, some of them I will name now: peace and quiet, a nice titty pic, tacos on Tuesday, and sports. Okay, now the titties. A man loves titties. Your man, her man, their man. He can do the same titties 100 times. He's gonna love them titties because they his titties. He loves titties. But if you send him some titties, now I don't know what you did before you sent them titties or what you did during them titties was being sent. But if he leaves your ass on red, the titties, not you, the titties, he left your titties on red. You did that shit. He's mad as hell.
He's mad
as hell. What did you do for him to ignore your titties? He ain't send back a gift. He ain't say nothing nasty, but he ain't did nothing. He ain't Rusty. He don't reply to your titties. You did that shit. You did that. Whatever you did that. And your titties ain't gonna make up for it this time.
Okay, now I understand what you're saying, because that's why I was like, he got to explain this, because I thought you were saying almost in a, they amazed, like there, it was such a great picture that
no.
That's why I was like, what?
No. He ain't speechless. He ain't speechless. No.
Okay. See, and that's why I'm pulling up your tweets. Next one. Okay. Man, because I was very confused, because I'm like, let me send somebody. Nah, you ain't no what?
Listen, I have definitely left titties on red.
Oh.
I have left titties on red. Titties might have been some of the best titties I've seen today. They could have been my titties that I love dearly. But if you make me mad, I'm not responding to your titties. Go ahead. Take them titties back. I might send the picture back to you like get out of here. I don't want to. Return the titties to sender.
Okay, so the next and final tweet, and this one is a little bit more serious, but we see what Joose be on, but
I does tweet.
It actually was. I'm not gonna say I was surprised because I listened to your show, so I know you can be serious. And we've also had different conversations. So,
Okay.
but okay, it says it's okay that you're not your kid's favorite parent. Why are you laughing? This is a serious tweet.
Oh, okay.
But I
Okay.
just want to know the story behind what made you tweet that.
Okay. Matter of fact, that happened today, right?
Mm.
All right. My son recently started a new school. Now, since he's been in this, it's only been a week.
And he's how
So
old again? He's
he's
young.
4.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought.
4. So he started a new school, and because of my flexible schedule, I'm able to take him and pick him up.
Okay.
So this entire time he's been there, Daddy has been dropping him off and picking him up. His mom was off today and was able to pick him up. So I called her and said, "Hey, I'm going to meet you at the school. I want to be there to pick him up too." It's just a thing. I love when I pick him up from school because he's just so full of joy and he runs to you and he's happy and all that. So we get there and we're waiting for dismissal. Now, my son, like I said, only sees me take him to school. Me and his mom are standing side by side when he comes out the door. Now he runs, he darts. Because that's just what young kids do. They just run. They hear where he runs to, he's just running. Now he looked at his mother, and then he looked at me and he stopped. And then he did a mad dash towards me.
Mm.
So I laughed like, "Ha! I'm the favorite parent." And like as soon as we got in the car, that's when I sent that tweet. Like, it's okay if you're not your kid's favorite parent. It's okay. He still loves you. It's
Gotcha.
okay. But I'm the favorite parent, and he told me that. I get it. I understand why.
Was she upset with that? Did she feel some type of way
She
about
did.
that?
She and you know I like to antagonize. So I didn't
know.
I didn't make
I
it
bet.
any better. I didn't make it any better.
No, you didn't, because there's a whole tweet that now we're discussing it on the show, and people know.
It's okay. He loves you. You're your mom. He loves you. But right now, Dad is the favorite. Come on. Come on. How could I not be the favorite? Do you see how I act?
Like a child.
So imagine me and him together for hours. It's 2 children.
Gotcha.
Come on, Daddy's the favorite. It's okay, Mom. We love you. I promise.
All right. So now let's get into the episode. And I'm going to let you start with the story time prompt because I've already, prompted with your tweets. And so how this episode is going to go, just a reminder, y'all, we each have whatever, and I think when we bring the because we didn't even really discuss this, I think when we bring up whatever the prompt is, the other person will go first and then you'll go. So like whatever you're about to come with, I'll go first and then you could tell your story about it.
All right, so you want me to go first? You want to hear a crazy story from Candy Corn Poppy?
Ew. From that nigga, yeah.
Candy Corn Poppy. Okay. Now, for those who do know, and for those who don't know, I used to be in an entanglement. Okay. Many moons ago.
How much time is a moon? Because people, you say that a lot. Many moons ago. What does that even mean?
See. You asking for a specific time. I can't do that.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Many moons ago just means it was a long time ago, and whoever is listening potentially before you. So many moons ago, I was in an entanglement with a young lady. And it didn't end well. Not on my end. Again, I'm cool, calm, and collected. I always like to remain friends and associates with people that I once hung out with and all those things. But this particular entanglement lady didn't really want to hear that. Now, It was summertime, and I was at a cookout. Just me, not my entanglement queen. Not my entanglement queen, just me. Now, me and my entanglement queen, we have mutual friends. So let's say I was at this cookout drinking, eating hot dogs for maybe like 2-3 hours. And that's typically my threshold. It's summertime. I got a house hop, what I'm saying, to get to another party. Now, one of our mutual friends decided to share with my entanglement queen that we were at this cookout together.
Lord have mercy.
Now, my entanglement queen has a person. I'll call him a person.
So you were August.
I was August, right? But not so smitten. So I'm packing up my belongings, leaving with who I came with. And as I hit the front door to go down the stairs, guess who I see? My entanglement queen. Now, at this particular time, me and this young lady, I'm going to say we weren't seeing eye to eye. I didn't care. She wasn't seeing eye to eye with me. Behind her was her person. Now, according to my entanglement queen, she was sharing things with her person about me. Now, I don't advise that. I think
Why?
It's goofy. I don't even know if it's true, but for sake of argument, let's say it is true. So she pulls up with her person. I'm half drunk. I said, I know what time it is. Okay. So I stood back. Now, for those people who have been in physical altercations, you do know that you like to have a lot of weight on your back foot. So if things get to popping, you can
keep your balance, don't get knocked over. Yeah.
So now we walking down the stairs. They're coming up the sidewalk on the actual concrete. I step on the grass because I already feel like we about to get busy. Right? So she comes up. She says hi to the mutual friend that I'm with. Her person gives me the dirtiest little look I've ever seen a man give another man, but I totally understand. I look at her, she look at me, and I leave. I'm like, all right, cool. No altercation, none. I got in the car. Before I can push my button to start it, I got a text message. Don't be like that.
Toxic.
Don't be like what? I thought I was gonna get beat up. I thought I was gonna have to fight. I left the cookout unscathed. My entanglement queen is crazy. She's psycho. Sam.
Still?
Oh yeah, still. Yeah. You don't just lose Khris. She just she crazy. She crazy. She crazy. Matter of fact, I saw her this past weekend at another cookout.
Man.
At another, I'm about to really stop going to cookout.
Yeah, you might want to because it seems like it might not be safe for you.
I'm tired of running into her, but she by this time because we hadn't talked since that particular cookout, the many moons ago. So now that I'm seeing her now, and she giving me this look like, you better say something to me. No, I'm going here with the group of people I like. I'm not doing this. No. But that's the story of my entanglement queen.
Wow.
Yeah. What a time to be alive.
Yeah, man. All right. So I guess I'll go. I'm trying to think.
So you're not about to pull up another tweet of mine.
Nah. We ain't on that. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm trying to decide which way I want to go. I guess, and it's so funny because I didn't expect my mom to be in the other room as I'm recording, so I'm still gonna tell this story, but She just gonna have to
And
just
tell it raw. Tell it
just she
raw.
just gonna have to she just gonna have to be all right. So I'm gonna start from my childhood and work my way forward in my stories, you feel me? And I was a pretty wild, teenager,
Mhm.
preteen. I've always tried to kind of do my own thing, always been sneaky. A lot of this stuff she already knows, you know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna tell the story about the worst whooping that I ever got and why. And I wasn't a little kid when this happened. I was in like junior high. It shouldn't have been, and we ain't even really gonna say it was a whooping. It was a beat down. Like it wasn't. There was no belt involved. This was, but I'm gonna tell you what led up to this.
Mhm.
And this is the part that, but I'm grown now, so I can't get in trouble no more. So, uh, my mom has always worked like second shift, third shift, or just she rarely has ever worked first shift. So that always gave me plenty of time after school to
Mhm.
kind of do what I wanted to do. I remember when I was 10. See, this is what I'm saying. At a young age, I was just, you
Yeah,
know what I'm saying?
yeah.
When I was 10, I had this party. And this ain't even the worst whooping I got, but this was another time I got a whooping where I had this party and we were watching, I don't know why, but we were watching scary movies with the TV on mute just to see like how stupid it looks with no music and no sound. So we were watching one of the Jason movies and my mom was supposed to be working and like nobody told her to get off early and come home before she was supposed to go home, but for whatever reason she came home and all these people was in the house that wasn't supposed to be in the house, and my brother ain't spit because he quickly was like, I didn't do it, it was her, just threw me all under the bus.
He ain't want them hands.
He didn't, and I definitely got them. And then it was summertime, and the window was open, and you know how moms be fake to everybody else, like, "Oh, okay, y'all, party's over. Y'all gotta go," just smiling and all friendly and stuff, like she ain't about to abuse her child. You know what I'm
Uh-huh.
saying?
Uh-huh.
But then she took me in my room and beat my behind. The window open.
Whole neighborhood
So
heard.
they did. And so I say that as the background that, I always have, just for whatever reason, done stuff I ain't have no business doing if I felt like I could get away with it. And so as I'm a little older in junior high, and I used to have a problem with stealing too. And so, you got to factor that in too. So what happened was I had a couple of friends over, and what I see now in hindsight is they tried to play me because one of them was a dude that I liked and the other was just some other dude that
Mm.
was just like, we was all friends or whatever. And the dude that I liked distracted, now we didn't like have sex or nothing like that,
Mm.
but just distracted me while the other one went in my mom's room and took some of her jewelry. But I didn't know that's what happened.
Right.
I know like after the fact, and now my mom knows that's what happened. But what happened in my life in real time is my mom came out her room out of nowhere, asked me if I took her jewelry, like thought I had taken it to the pawn shop and all this stuff.
Mm.
And how the hell was I didn't even know what a pawn shop was, but my mom had this whole plan about how I had stole her jewelry because I did have an issue with stealing, but
Mm.
I really didn't do this. And my mom body slammed me, and I'm taller than my mom now, and I've probably been taller than my mom since whenever I hit my peak. So probably about 13 is when I hit
Mm.
5'9", and I've been 5'9" ever since. And my mom is probably 5'7" or something like that. And my mom body slammed me.
Like took you off your feet?
Like took me off my feet like WWE picked me up like I was nothing. And this is why God be giving parents superhuman strength, abilities, insight, and some more stuff. And
you got rock bottom?
yeah, I did. And the thing about it is, for whatever reason, instead of telling her that I had people in the house, it was for whatever reason at that time. Now that I see it was really stupid, I should have just said, no, this is what happened. But I didn't. So it made more sense in my mind at the age of, I think I was either 12 or 13, to just take that L than to just tell her what happened. So that is the story of, and it's, I mean, yeah, my mom, she still ain't no joke, but
power drive.
I did. And I to this day, I don't really know how she, you know what I'm saying, did it like that, but because I've always been like even when I was smaller than I am now, and especially like as a teenager, but I've always been like solid, you know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, that's
she rock bottomed you.
She did. So let's move on to your story, because she's probably tired of me telling her business.
Oh, Jesus. Hold on. You got rock bottom.
Yes, I did.
Mom dicks.
Yep, I did.
Lord have mercy.
She don't even care. She talking about you telling your business. She don't even care. She wants y'all to know that she don't play.
She wants you to know she about that business.
Right.
That's what she is about. Okay. I have another crazy story that involves another woman. A lot of my stories involve crazy women. I told this story a long time ago about this woman that I call Spider Bitch.
Oh, okay.
This woman that I call Spider Bitch. Well, let me tell you why I call her that. I call her
explain.
Because she scaled a brick wall. Like scaled.
Wait. Don't even try to breeze past this like that's normal.
No, it's not normal at all. It's normal that you scale a brick wall like with your hands, like you're human.
So how?
I don't know how. I just know that she was able to scale the wall to get to my second level apartment balcony.
Okay.
Now, me and this particular woman, we were dating at the time, but we were in the midst of a breakup. She didn't like how I like to break up.
Okay, and how was that?
I like to break up with, hey, listen, I don't want to talk to you no more, and then I actually don't talk to you no more.
That's breaking up, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I thought. Okay, so it was a long process of breaking up. We didn't talk. We stopped talking. We started talking. We didn't talk. But this one particular day, I guess she got fed up of me not answering her phone calls or accepting her advances. So one day, I'm in my apartment, chilling, doing what I do, watching some TV at the time, or I don't know. Matter of fact, I was getting ready to go out. Now, in my apartment building at that time, are some trees, sap trees. And I don't park under them because the sap will get onto your car and mess all that up. So I would park in the back of the building. This particular day, I parked in the back of the building. I lived on the second floor. Me and the neighbors underneath me were like crazy cool. We grew up as kids and all that. So whenever I would park in the back of the building, I would go inside of their apartment so I don't have to walk around the front to go upstairs in my apartment. So that's what I did. It's a regular day in the neighborhood to me. I ain't doing nothing different. But today of all days, I get a knock on my door. Anyone knows me, you knock on my door and I don't know you coming, you gonna keep knocking on that door. I ain't let nobody in. You stay outside. I don't know you coming. I ain't tell you to come. Go home. So she knocked on the door. So instantly when I hear that, turn the lights off, look out the peephole. She put her finger on the peephole. That's how I know you really ain't
See,
it.
yeah, nah.
Right? So
That's a lot.
right, I ain't paying no mind. I go back into the bathroom. I'm finished getting ready because I'm about to head to the other side of town. I finished getting ready. She banging on. I'm talking about banging, banging. I'm like, God damn, I ain't gonna get my security deposit back. She banging on the door. I don't answer it. It stops. I look out of the patio door and I see a car, not her car, but I see a car. I don't pay it no mind. Finish getting ready. I go to check out the patio again. There's a human there. A human. I'm on the second floor. You have it's the ground floor, then it's the first floor, and then it's the second floor.
Oh wow.
You on the second floor. You've been doing this. This ain't your rodeo. You been did this before in your life. I said, yo, and I'm thinking to myself, this bitch is crazy.
Yeah.
Okay. So if she's on the patio, there's no way she can get back inside the building and come knock at my door. So I'm like, all right, let me go ahead and get my stuff together. I call my man's downstairs. Hey, you home? He's like, yeah. All right, I'm about to knock on your door. I'm about to cut through. Now, in my apartment complex, it's one way in, one way out. So I go to my car, start the car up. I'm coming up the hill to leave the apartment complex, make the right at the stop sign to get on the interstate because I'm going to the other side of town. Do you know, by the time I got to the interstate, she was following me on the interstate?
You know what? No. Not she jumped down from the second story
I'm telling
after
you,
she scaled up the brick building.
all I can envision is cat-like reflexes and her just landing on her paws, darting to the car to get in, start it, unless she left it running, start it to follow me, right? Now, I'm in the car listening to, when I ride late at night, I like to listen to Luther Vandross. Something slow, I ain't speeding, I'm cruising. But I see this car has been making every move that I made, every lane change, every turn. I'm like, damn, what the fuck is this? I said, damn, that's her. Oh, shit. Okay, cool, bet. So I get in the fast lane, start gunning it. Boom, I take off. But I'm forgetting the exit I need to get off at. So as I'm gunning it, I'm like, damn, I got to get off here. So I dart over 4 lanes.
Oh, bruh.
4 lanes. I'm talking about, boom, gone. She couldn't catch me. I was already off the on-ramp, and I got off at a different exit, so it took me a little further past my destination. But I got off, and by the time I made it to the destination that I was going to, which was a homeboy house, do you know she had reached out to my homeboy and said, I know he there. What's your address?
And she expected him to give it to her?
Crazy is crazy. I don't know what
You're right.
expected,
so is that the same crazy girl or a different crazy girl?
No. That's different.
So I'm noticing a theme here. Okay, gotcha.
That's different. But God bless her heart. I really wish her nothing but peace and prosperity.
She needs some peace.
Yeah, she needs a lot of peace, and I wish nothing but the best for her. I love you.
All right. So since it's October when this airs, and Halloween and all that good stuff, I'm going to tell you the one and only time that I went to a haunted house, which is also why I don't mess with them no more.
Okay.
So I was about 17. So this was talking about many moons ago. This was many moons ago. And it was me, a friend of mine, my younger brother. So I'm the oldest, and then I have a brother who's 3 years younger than me, and then I have Cedric, who's been on all the Big Rich Town episodes. He's 12 years younger than me, and then I also have a sister. Well, actually, technically, I have 2 more sisters that are both 15 years younger than me, but one is my mom's daughter and one is my dad's daughter. So it was me and my brother and my friend and my boyfriend at the time. And so we go to the haunted house. I don't even know what made us decide we wanted to go, other than I guess being teenagers, because it's not like that was a thing I really did a lot up to that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I wonder, I'm surprised my mom was cool with us going, because you know how when your parents get saved and then it's like, no, that's the devil and all that
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm surprised she let us go. Or maybe she didn't know. Maybe this is something else she finding out. I'm thinking about this like,
She
why
might
would
not know.
she gonna know now, I guess. Because matter of fact, I wasn't even supposed to have a boyfriend then. Oh well, it is what it is. Because she was really like, you can't date till you're 18.
Mm-hmm.
And I was not 18 when this story happened. Woo! But we had went to the haunted house, right? And the way the haunted house was, and I remember everything about it. That's what's crazy is when you walk in, first you're outside. So you're walking through what's supposed to be like a graveyard or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm guessing haunted houses are still the same now where they can't touch you. I
Mm-hmm.
hope that's the case, because I'm sorry, we'll fight. You know what I'm saying? Like, what
I'm
are you?
throwing
Don't touch me.
hands and feet.
Right. So and so they're yelling at us, they're screaming, and I'm just walking through like, this isn't even scary. This is stupid. You can't touch me. You know what I'm saying? Like being petty, walking through the graveyard. So I'm walking through there just talking stuff to all the haunted house employees, actors, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then we go in the building and there's other just, stuff, different scenes, darkness and strobe lights, and you know how they like to set the mood or whatever. But then see, this is where they had me messed up. So they had this hallway, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the hallway was black and white checkers on the floor, on the walls, on the ceiling. There was also a strobe light flashing. So
Mm-hmm.
everything just looks all weird, like it's the walls look like they moving and the floor and all that. And then the floor was like, it wasn't just a straight floor, like it was kind of hilly.
Mm-hmm.
So we're walking forward, and these niggas at the end of the hallway, there's this clown that you don't know the clown is there until the clown starts running at you. So exactly. And me having this little raggedy boyfriend that it didn't last that much longer, that I wasn't supposed to see. I should have listened to my mom and just waited till I was 18.
You should have listened to your mother.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I get. But this little raggedy boyfriend I had, why he had me in the front instead of being the man and being in front, that should have let me know everything I needed to know. And I shortly thereafter, we broke up for different reasons, but he had me in front. So you got me in front, and then it's this clown running at me out of nowhere that, and so then I start trying to back up because I'm like, oh, hell no, what is happening? Man, we fell all on the floor. And then
I don't do haunted house.
Yeah, so there's that. And then it's like we finally got out of there. The clown actually had to help me up because because my man that I wasn't supposed to have in the first place. My mom in there talking stuff. Y'all can't hear her though. The man I wasn't even supposed to have wasn't about nothing. So not him helping me up. And my brother was at the end of the line. So it went me, my dude, my homegirl, and my brother. So I ain't even gonna put my brother because he was on the ground too. But not my man helping me up. No, the monster that made me fall is the one that had to help me up off the ground.
Not the monster. Not the monster that helped me fall, help me up.
Yep. Redemption. You feel me? So then the last straw for me was once we got past that, because the haunted house really wasn't even that long. So then there's a thing too. You pay all this money to get up in there, and then it's really, I just feel like it's not even worth the money either. Like it should have been longer or more than that or whatever. But when you go around this corner to finally leave, Freddy is running around with a chainsaw, and he tried to have my little brother hemmed up in the corner, and that made me mad because it's like, what the hell are you doing? And so I kind of had to get a little aggressive with Freddy because it's like, hey, we trying to leave my little brother alone. Like, what the hell are you doing? And I just don't have time for all that. One, I don't like being scared. I don't really often get scared. Like the things that actually scare me are real things, like something happened to my kids, or or even stuff that could be real, like demonic stuff. I don't play with stuff like that. But like, I don't got time to be trying to force myself to be scared at a haunted house, but I also don't got time for no raggedy boyfriend making me be in the front of the line and making me fall, and the monster got to help me up that made me fall, and I ain't got time for Freddy trying to have my brother trapped in the corner. So that's why I have not gone to a haunted house since that day. And I was 17. And I don't play that.
No, that's crazy.
Yep.
Freddy. Shouts out to Freddy.
Yep. Shouts out to the clown too. And I don't even think it was supposed to be it. I think it was just a regular clown that had on black and white.
Yeah.
He blended in with the walls in the floor. Yeah. So it's like,
yeah.
So to all my younger listeners that might be listening, if your parents say that you should wait,
don't date.
You should probably wait because they know what they talking about.
Oh, parents really know what they talking about.
They do.
They really know what they talking about.
They do.
I wish I would have listened more.
Man, I almost said girl same, but same. Same.
God, I wish.
All right, do you got one more? And then I'll do my last one, which is my announcement that I've been dragging out to make them wait. But it's worth it, y'all. It really is.
I do have one more.
All right, let's get it.
All right. Now, this story involves me and two of my homeboys.
Okay, so is there any crazy women involved? Because that seems.
Oh yes. Oh
okay,
yes.
Okay.
Yes, but with this story,
is it the same one?
No. Listen, with this story, none of the crazy women belong to me.
Oh, okay, good. Okay.
So I'm in the clear.
There's hope for you. Gotcha.
Yeah. Okay, so the story involves me, my brother actually, and our homeboy who is married.
Okay.
So we're all out. I have female friends. They say, listen, we're having a party at the house. Come through. I let my squad know. They say, yeah, I'm down. Now, my married homeboy never comes out the house. And now I see why. Don't come out the house. So we in there chilling, right? It's a drinking party. There's games. There's liquor. For those who are indulging in the marijuana, they are partaking in that. So we in there. Everyone's chilling. We taking shots. I don't know what I'm drinking at this point of the night, but I just know it's a lot of alcohol being passed around. We get crazy drunk that we can't leave.
Oh.
No one can drive, so we like, all right, we just gonna camp out here. We gonna take it easy. Now this story was about 10 years ago.
Oh, you telling time frames now. Okay.
Now it's 10 years ago. Now it's 10 years ago. So we got wild drunk. And my married homeboy, now mind you, at the time, me and my brother were single, so it's not like we weren't outside. We understand the mission. You outside, there's a bunch of single ladies here. You don't act up.
Right.
Now my married friend, he ain't been outside a long time, so the weather has changed for him.
Correct.
We drinking. I mean, and to this day, I still have video of him acting an ass.
Mm.
I'm not going to send it to him. I want to wait till he's in my face so I can show him.
Right.
So he's doing disgusting, filthy things. We like, hey, bro, take it easy, chill, get off of this girl like that.
Oh, wow.
We pulling him up like, bro, like get like we are reverse slamming him. Like, bro, get up, stand up, get yourself together, have some respect for yourself and your marriage, right? But in the meantime, we're still laughing. Now at this point he's gone upstairs.
And you know what's sad, not to cut you off, it's just sad that this happened in the day and age of video footage, because all my ratchetness, there is no evidence, there's no camera footage.
That was an awesome time to live.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and I matured and became wise by the time, like, I didn't even have a Facebook until I was 30. So it's kind of like by then I had tamed down. So that's unfortunate for him.
Now he done gone upstairs in the bathroom with someone. To this day, don't know who it is. Whatever.
Lord.
I fall asleep. I'm crazy drunk. I wake up. It's like 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning. We're still there, all three of us. I'm looking around the house because everybody's just bodies scattered everywhere. Like, God damn. And I can't find him. I'm like, yo, where is he at? He's outside on the porch. It's winter time. He's outside on the porch, sleep on the outside furniture. I'm talking about sleeping good too. So I wake him up, I'm like, bro, we got to go. It's 6 a.m. and all I'm thinking about is your wife is going to kill you.
Mm-hmm.
Now, mind you, again, I'm single. I look at my phone and I got mad missed calls from numbers that aren't stored in my phone.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who the fuck this is, but I'm not calling them back. But my spidey senses told me that one of these numbers got to be your wife.
Mm-hmm.
So I get him up. He like, yo, what time is it? I said 6 a.m., bro. He like, shit, we gotta go. Boom, boom, boom. Now, I don't let anybody smoke in my car. But on the way to where we need to go, he said, yo, can I please smoke? Do your thing, brother. Because I know you get home, you think you will. Now, he's in my back seat because he just laid out. He tired, he drunk, whatever. Now, we pull on his block. It's 6 a.m. Everybody home. It's nothing but cars. But I can see the house from the corner. And I see a body outside with like smoke, like just like blowing in the air. I'm like, oh, she outside smoking a cigarette. You are done.
Mm-hmm.
So his block, you got to come in and you got to make a U-turn in the cul-de-sac to come back around to be parked in front of his house. So when we got to the corner, I said, yo, she outside. He hopped up like, shit, fuck. I said, yo, I'm not stopping this car. So you gonna have to open this door.
Stop, drop, and roll.
Get out the car. He said, all right, yo, bet. So I slow rolled it. I'm doing about 3.5 miles an hour. Yo, get out. So he opened the door. He got out. I peeled wheels. I got out of there. Skirt. I ain't stopping at the stop sign. None of that. Bang that right. Got on out of there. Now I'm still looking in my rear view. She came off that porch so fast, and I promise you, I haven't been able to prove this, and I haven't asked him either. But I know she came off her feet and charged at this man. But I ain't say nothing. Like I said, that was 10 years ago. We didn't see him outside like family functions, like kids' birthday parties or something where she was there in presence for like 4 years.
Wow.
4 years. It wasn't no, yo, we about to go out. You about to go out. You right. You ain't going out. You right. Stay home, bro. I remember what you did in 2007. Stay home. Don't come outside. It's nothing out here. It's messy out here, bro. Don't do it. Stay home. Stay with your wife. Stay with your kids.
Right.
But 4 years after that, 4 years, We didn't see him outside. There was even a point in time after a certain time of the day, because we all were in a group chat. We were just talking trash to one another. There was a certain time in the day that he wouldn't respond to text messages, and the running joke was, "Oh, his wife done locked his phone inside the safe, and he can't get it till he leave in the morning."
I bet.
He to this day he can't live that down. I don't care if nobody say your wife still got your phone.
Right.
And listen, his wife ain't seen my face for a long time either. I ain't want to be affiliated with that shit. He's a grown man. He did something, but I get it. I was with him. I'm the single friend, and I'm the bad influence. So I won't see you either. But I ain't got. That was really, really wild.
And I'm glad you not sending him these things, because Lord,
I would never run the risk of her taking that phone because it's in the safe that she take from him. And her see that? No, sir. No, sir. I love him too much for that. Don't worry about it. I almost deleted it, but when I do, like, because every time I see him, I forget. But now I'm gonna remember. I may go call him tomorrow. I got something for you to see. You might want to take a look at this. You were wilding that night in 2007.
That is crazy.
Yes. And it wasn't me this time.
But I mean, in that instance, I mean, that was justifiable, because what are you doing? Like, why didn't you go home? Okay, I get the whole y'all were too drunk to drive. That was wise that you didn't. Now all that other stuff he was doing, no. You know what I'm saying? And it makes me think, though, I wonder, like, is there a pattern of stuff that's happened to where, and I'm not asking you anything.
No,
I'm not asking.
it might be because we asked the same question.
Yeah, like, because to just go, I mean, and I don't know, though. Maybe every marriage is different and everybody's different. So it might not even be that. It's probably just the disrespect of, why are you gone, not responding? That just sounds suspect regardless. But
it does.
That's crazy.
It does. You let my wife come down the block at 6:30 in the morning, and she ain't been answering my phone calls all night, my text messages. None of your homegirls been answering.
And you ski skirting off. I mean, I know she could see it was you, so she could see a man dropped her off. But that just makes it even worse. That made it seem worse, because you trying to hurry up and leave.
Yeah, I'm trying to get because listen, I don't want her to hop off the porch and jump on me or my car. I'm gone. I'll deal with you later. Years later. Years later. And to the blessing of God, it has never come up within our circle. I've seen it. We've hung out. We've done things. Boom, boom, boom. And it's never come up. So, whatever he told her,
right.
2 thumbs up, brother. Because I don't even know if I could have got myself out of that shit.
Woo.
Ain't no telling.
God is a miracle worker.
Won't he do it?
He will. He will.
Hope he did it for him.
Right. What they be saying, God, I see what you've done for him.
I've seen what you've done for others. Please.
If you could please do it again. I don't ever want to need to do that, because that's wild. I ain't got time for that. But
that's crazy. For real.
Because it's kind of like, because if you can't, like, see me, I know my limits, and I've always known my limits when it comes to alcohol. So it's kind of like, I'm only going to drink so much, period, in general. But if I'm out in public, it's going to even be less, just because, not because I'm going to just do anything, but because I need to be aware of what's going on. And it also depends who I'm with. And I don't really go out like that. And I don't know. These days, I'd rather go to a game night with close friends that, you ain't got to worry about nothing, or host a game night. I'd rather do stuff like that than just be out here, because people are just raggedy. And I ain't got time for the
Yeah.
raggedy stuff that folks call themselves trying to do, trying to be funny
Mm,
or trying to be slick or trying to be whatever. I just don't have time for that. So,
right.
yeah.
Facts.
All right. So, I am going to tell the story.
Oh, it's time.
It is time
It's time.
about the time that I quit my job, and my last day was last Tuesday.
Oh shit. Oh shit.
So my big life update announcement is that I am no longer, as of last Tuesday, I am no longer working full time and running a business and everything else I'm doing. I am just running a business and then on my creative endeavors. Yes, that is super dope.
Yeah,
However,
round of applause.
however, if you know anything about me and my life, then you know that nothing just happens normally. There's always some bull involved, there's always some stupid story. And I
Mm,
wanted to be able to tell the story the way I wanted to tell it. So by the time this airs, because this is going to actually air not this Thursday, but next. By the
mm,
time this airs, I will have been gone from my job 2 weeks. So, hey, I could say what I want, how I want, not in a slanderous way, but
mm,
just the story is stupid. So, at the end of July, um, so I worked from home, so I get a call from my boss or a message from my boss, and she's like, "Do you got a minute?" And anytime she says that, even though I don't do anything, so I wasn't like, I don't get fearful because I just do what I'm supposed to do. I'm a good employee, but I just know whenever she says that, it's because she wants to video call me to talk to me about something.
mm,
So I'm like, "Yep," and we get on the video call, and on the video call, what she tells me is, so again, this was end of July. So
mm,
this was drug out for like almost 2 months or a month and a half. And what she says is that her boss told her that one of my coworkers, right? One
mm,
of my coworkers went to him and said, "Don't you think that the business that Tamra started is a conflict of interest for what we do? Because she's going to be, because one of the services that I'm going to offer is resume and cover letter writing.
mm.
She's going to be doing that. And we do that with our job seekers. So don't you think that's a conflict of interest?" Pause. "Why are you in my business?" Oh,
Right.
okay. There we go. I don't know what just happened. That was weird. But number one, why are you in my business? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mm-hmm.
if you are concerned about something that I'm doing, you should come to me directly. And it could have been explained that one, we don't deal with the same population of people. Just it wasn't a conflict of interest. It's we're doing the same thing, but it's whatever. So what he suggested my boss to tell me is they have this thing where you have to when you have something that may be a conflict of interest, you have to disclose it to HR. Just, I get it. It's in this
Mm-hmm.
thing that we sign every year. So I'm like, okay, I'm thinking nothing's gonna come of it because I know my processes, I know my target audience, I know how I advertise, I know there's not going to be any crossover. I know furthermore that the people that we deal with are people who are forced to use our services, their services. I don't work there no more. Forced to use their services because of the grant that they get. So it's kind of like they don't have an option to go anybody else. And why would they pay for services that they get for free?
Right.
Furthermore, let's say there was some crossover. I am the kind of person that I would tell you get the free option. I'm trying to make money, and I'm not trying to make money off the backs of people in poverty. You know what I'm saying? My
Right.
services are for the people who can afford it, but don't feel like writing a resume themselves or don't know how or whatever, but they can afford to pay me to write it. That's who my target audience is.
Mm-hmm.
So I disclosed everything to the HR lady. I had to give her my website. I gave her the services that I currently offer, which currently I don't even offer that service. Even still, currently the only service that I offer is standard operating procedure writing for small businesses. So that's it. That's not even anything that's like has anything to do with that. But I'm like, here are the services I'm currently offering. Here are the services that I'm going to be offering. This is how I market. Here's my website because you can see all that on there. Here are the services that I'm going to be offering in the future. This is my target audience because I just was giving them stuff from my business plan because it's kind of like I know I didn't do anything wrong and I know my intent and I know it technically, yeah, we do the same thing, but it's not the same at the same
Right.
time. So I'm thinking they're just gonna come back and be like, all right, cool, you know what I'm saying? We see how you do your stuff or whatever, and okay.
Mm-hmm.
So it took a minute. It didn't take a month, but it took like a few weeks. And what I remember my boss had told me, she said, if they try to do anything, like if the compliance people, because I was like, dang, am I gonna get fired or like how does this work? Because I've never been through this before. And I remember my boss was like, before anything happens, this the regional director would get involved.
Mm-hmm.
So when the HR lady didn't reach out to me and the regional director reached out to me to schedule a meeting, I kind of knew where things were going to be headed just because what I remember my boss had said.
Right.
So this was the Friday before Labor Day when we had this meeting, and they said not only did they say that the resume writing portion is a conflict of interest and the job readiness coaching that I'm going to do, which let's pause for a second right now. Number 1, prior to me coming, and it's in my resume that they have on file, so they have my resume with the skills that I've had, the previous jobs that I've held, the stuff I came here with. Y'all didn't do anything with giving me, because I didn't even use these skills at this job, so you can't take credit for
Right.
any of that. I used to teach job readiness skills at a previous job and resume writing. So these are skills that, because I've been in the field that I'm in so long, now I can be considered an expert. That's why I started that's what I was telling you about when I've done the research.
Right.
When you've done something for at least 10 years, you're considered an expert. So I feel confident saying I'm an expert in the stuff within my company. So this is stuff that, I mean, check my resume. And this is what I told them. I'm like, y'all can't take credit for any of this. And I was like, and if you really want to wonder where I'm getting my stuff from, you can Google anything you want. Like there's a specific resume template that I use that job databases, it's called ATS compliant
Mm-hmm.
because it uses the keywords and all that. You can Google that. When I was writing my business plan, because I wasn't sure about different things with the market research and even how to, set my prices, you
Mm-hmm.
can Google all of that. Like I don't need anything from y'all, and
Right.
I wouldn't do that first of all, but I don't need anything from y'all to do what I need to do because I have the experience and fine tuning things to make sure it's up to date with today's trends. I googled all that stuff and I told them that. I'm like, you can Google and see where I got what I got, you know what I mean? And I was like, and also I'm not even, using that yet. But they said that not only is the job readiness coaching and the resume writing that I'm not doing yet, still not doing yet, not only is that a conflict of interest, okay, but the standard operating procedure writing that I'm already doing, that's a conflict of interest too, simply because, well, we write processes too. Okay, all companies write processes. What are you
Right.
talking about? You don't write processes for other companies. So I'm not a competitor because this is not a service that you offer to anybody
Right.
else. This is a service that you do for your company. And I'm simply a scribe for other companies writing down their processes.
Mhm.
And I said that. And but she said, well, this is basically, it's like, this is what the compliance team said. So they said either, so they, somebody who is not anywhere remotely a part of my company,
Mhm.
I am the founder and CEO. This is my company.
Mhm.
But they told me that I either have to cease services for my company or I cannot work there anymore.
Oh,
So
really?
yep. So she told me that on a Friday. We had Labor Day off, of course. And she said, I'm not going to ask you to make a decision about your company today, but we'll schedule a follow up meeting on Monday and we'll go from there. And so I thought about it all weekend. And I thought about the fact that one, I am just really getting started with something that I worked really hard to
Mhm.
build. Why would I stop? Not because I can't navigate it all, because I had a full time job. Not only did I have a full time job, but I had a full time job and on my mid year review, got a 4 out of 5 rating, which that's not easy to get. They don't throw that out just because, which means thankfully I still got my bonus before I left, but I got a higher bonus than I got last year
Mhm.
based on my rankings. I'm an amazing employee. You guys always tell me that. I get these little legacy awards and I volunteered for this pilot project making other people's lives better because I'm helping do something that, they can't do or don't want to do or whatever. So you want me to quit not because I can't do it, but because y'all said so. Like that's what you really think I'm supposed to see
Yeah.
services because
Yeah.
y'all
I
said
think so
so.
because they said so.
And it's not your company. No.
Sounds like
So
it.
what I thought about also was the fact that every job I've had in this field, and this is what I was talking to my mom about earlier, is I've gotten promoted. I do well. I'm all in. Everything I set out to do, I succeed at. I wanted to graduate from college. I got a bachelor's degree while working full time, raising kids, and graduated early. So I doubled up on classes for the last 2 semesters. Mind you, it's an accelerated program that I went through, 5 week semesters. So
Mhm.
every 5 weeks I had to write this, which I'm a writer, so it's really nothing to write a paper. But still, 5 week semesters is a fast pace,
Yeah.
also while working full time and raising kids
Yeah.
and doubled up on classes
Yeah.
because I had a certain deadline that I wanted to graduate from. Mind you, there are people that try to talk me out of the program because they couldn't do it, and I did it and did it early. So everything I've ever set out to do, when I wanted the promotion that I got, I
Mhm.
busted my butt to get the promotion, which also meant I had to shadow for it so that I could learn it, have the skills, and use that. I interviewed like 3 times for it and came up with a plan because I was determined to get that promotion,
Mhm.
but also meant I was doing a double workload so that I can learn what I needed to learn to use that as leverage to get the promotion.
Right.
And I did that. So everything I've ever set out to do, I've
You
been successful at. It's just I've been in the social work field, so it's not financially lucrative. So
right.
success doesn't look like a lot of money.
Right.
It's looked like a lot of experience and maybe recognition or whatever and promotion, which is still good, especially now with my company. So what I told my dad, because I talked to my parents about it before I made a final decision, because as y'all who have been listening know, I'm in between places. So I'm at my mom's house right now. So that affects, it could affect how
Right.
long I'll be here if I'm no longer have this guaranteed income and, stuff like that. But like I told them, I pour into everybody else's vision and everybody else's dream and make it great. I make it a better place before I go.
Mm-hmm.
How much more is that going to be if I pour into my own dream and my own vision and my own company? And honestly, now I've reached this place because I don't want to get another job. So I
Right.
have to make this happen now
Right.
because I don't want to. I have all this time to pour into. That's why you guys are seeing like upgraded this and that because I
Mm-hmm.
actually have time. I'm working on other curriculum and I'm having people reach out to me for like opportunities to do things that I wouldn't have had time to do with the full-time job, but now I got all the time in the world
Yeah.
to do what I need to do. So I don't want to work another full-time job because I am going to. It's not I want to. I am going to make this successful and make this to where I have to.
You
And
have
now I
to.
understand where people say stuff like that. Like when you hear successful people that were like, I had no choice.
Mm-hmm.
That's literally like failure is not an option. I'm going to learn and I'm going to tweak. And I added another mentor to help me with the sales side of things because I know that's something that's not my favorite thing to do, but it's necessary for me to get more clients. So
Right.
I'm doing what I need to do because this is going to be successful. But in case the person who, because like I said, this started because a coworker. It could be a coworker that listens because what pissed me off about all this, because I've really tried to figure out who it was,
Uh-huh.
because I started thinking like, if it's somebody who's on my personal Facebook, because the people that I allow onto my personal Facebook are people that I've kicked it with outside of work. They're
Right.
people that I say, okay, it's cool for you to see my kids. Because
Mm-hmm.
y'all see when I post my kids on Instagram, I don't even tag them because I don't need weirdos
Right.
trying to hit my daughter's DMs because people are weird. I
Okay.
don't, hell, women either. I don't need y'all weirdos in my son's DMs, even though they're all dang near adults, but I don't care. Y'all, those are my kids. Like y'all don't be weird. You know what I'm saying? Like the pic and move on with life. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's not be weird. But these are whoever it is, it's like I'm like, is it somebody that's on my personal Facebook page? And
Mm-hmm.
I thought about deleting and blocking everybody, but then I was like, nope. So this is my message to whoever, keep watching so you could watch me continue to elevate because you're
Mm-hmm.
obviously, and I don't say that pridefully because I have to do what I have to do to make it work. And like I said, whatever I set out to do, I do. Period. Whatever I want to actually do, I do. So
Period.
keep watching because you know what? Like really maybe you could learn something, you know what I'm saying? And at first I was mad, more mainly mad because why are you worried about what I'm doing, you know what I'm saying? But I started thinking like, one, you actually ultimately did me a favor because I wouldn't have left yet because I wasn't where I was at financially to want to go, but maybe I wouldn't have got there because I wouldn't have had time
Right.
to take on these other opportunities that now I can take on because I have time. Maybe I wouldn't have got there yet. Um Also, I'm going to be offering coaching services for goal creation and success and accountability strategies. And maybe I can help you achieve your goals so that you don't have time to be a big ass hater. Because
Yeah.
here's the thing, I've put people on, and I can think of for sure one, two, three people that are one. Okay, I could tell one. Think of one person, and this is a coworker. One of my coworkers went through the same program that I went through to get my business registered. Like they paid for it and all that. But I really did it more so because the mentorship. So like the brand that I'm going to be launching, I want a trademarking grant to get the brand trademark. That's the only reason the brand hasn't launched yet, because I'm still sorting through some trademarking stuff. And like, there's a lawyer involved. Trademarking is not cheap.
Right.
So I want a grant because I had to write a grant proposal, something I've never done, but
Mm.
it was a competition and I won a grant. So I say all that to say, one of my coworkers went through the program and she won a grant too, but she only knows about the program because of me, because I told another coworker about it. So it's like, when I have these opportunities and I have these things, I put people on, just like all the stuff, the content from my business, giving out free game, because it's like there's room for everybody. You know what I'm saying? But
That's
you
yeah.
out here trying to be a hater and I don't know if you thought I was going to choose them.
That's probably
Oh,
what they thought though.
man, like even my boss, and she was like, they probably wouldn't want me to say this, but there's only once in a lifetime that you know what you're passionate about and you have an opportunity to do it. And she knew that I was planning to leave eventually, because I told her when I started the program, I said, hey, this is what I'm working towards. I'm not saying I'm leaving yet, because we're not there yet. I will give notice before I leave. But she knew I wasn't staying there forever. And she said, I would always tell you to do. I love my boss, but she would say, I would always tell you to do what's best for your family. And she was like, if you were my kid, I would tell you to pursue your dreams, because at the end of the day, let's say like for some reason things aren't going fast as they go, I could get a job anywhere. I'm
Yeah.
marketable, I have experience, I have skills, I have lots of different things that I'm done. I mean, hell, I could even get a job that isn't in the industry just to have a job to
Right.
make, if need be.
If
But
need.
again, I don't want to do that. So that's not the plan. So yeah, that is the life update. I am no longer, I'm just doing my own thing now, and it's been so it's been actually really good, because when I really think about it, I don't know how the hell I did all that. I don't know how the hell I've worked full time, even podcasting, blogging, and then factoring in running a company and trying to build it. Like, I don't know how the hell I did all that, because I'm not any less busy now. I'm not any less busy. It's just different
Yeah.
busy. And so it's
It's just
like,
a different type of big, but whatever it is you're doing, however it is you do it, you're killing that shit.
man, thank you.
Shit.
Thank you. I'm just trying to, yeah, and now I have to make it happen. So y'all are gonna see me even stepping out of my comfort zone. This little sickness, allergies, whatever, kind of slowed me down, because I'm trying to record a little like commercial thing to put on the reels, because I
Mm-hmm.
realized how many people, like, yeah, that's why I started a TikTok, because it's just there's so many more people in the world than just your followers. And
That's
I love Twitter, because I feel like Twitter gives you a lot more exposure to people that aren't your followers,
mm-hmm.
because of if people retweet, that's why I'm in all these retweet groups.
Mm-hmm.
But Instagram, outside of reels, only your followers.
Yeah.
And it kind of sucks, because yeah.
No,
It
I
kind of,
feel you. I
you know
feel
what
you.
I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I'm trying to record some commercials and stuff, not like professional, just
Oh yeah, no,
but
yeah.
iMovie, man, listen, iMovie, you could
iMovie
do,
is one of the best things.
yeah, you could do a lot between iMovie, and I use InShot
Yeah, and
for stuff too, and I have that on my Mac. See, that's why I went with Mac, because you can share apps that you use on your phone in some cases. So I'm gonna start doing even more TikToks, but I put out free game every day for my business page. All the memes, all the content that I create that's like the stuff that's not a meme. I'm creating all the weekly videos, but I'm going to start doing more than just the Saturday videos. Like I'm doing all that because if nothing else, I like to educate and I like to help put other people on because at the end of the day there's room for all of us, but
Mhm.
we're all trying to grow and we're all trying to get somewhere, and we all gotta step up though if we're trying to achieve our goals. Like it is hard work, you know what
Yes,
I'm
it
saying? It's me not feeling the greatest this week. Now Sunday and Monday I ain't really do nothing because I was just kind of
is. Mhm.
whatever, but yesterday and today I've been making stuff happen cuz it's like you got to make it happen. But the beautiful thing is I can make it happen on my time now. So like today, last night I was up real late and today I slept in till 11.
Mhm.
Hey, my boss is okay with it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Flex. That's a flex.
and it's crazy because I'm like, wow, and I'm going to make this work. This is how I talk. Like, and my mom always reminds me the power in your words, and I've been saying them to them for months because this brand when it drops, I know y'all are going to like it. You know what I'm saying? I know y'all are going to love it. I know y'all are going to love it. And so I've been telling my parents, I'm like, because my parents have really been super supportive the past several months. And I've been like, when I'm rich, and I don't say if, when I'm rich,
Mhm.
I'm not gonna forget about like what y'all have done. And the thing about it with consulting, there's so much more money in it. Even richness aside, there's just more money in consulting than there is in my the industry that I was in social work. And this is stuff that I'm good at and I'm passionate about. Like I talk about professionalism in podcasting. I've been talking about it once I started seeing how raggedy some of these podcasters could be with the, and I'm not sorry though, because there needs to be professional etiquette with networking. Like I am all for supporting anybody and
Mhm.
nobody can say that I don't, but I don't owe anybody anything. And
Yeah.
some of y'all are so entitled and you follow people. So then I usually follow all content creators back on Twitter, and then you hop in the DMs expecting me to do all this stuff. I
Yeah.
don't even know you. And
I,
then you,
I ain't heard nothing you done. I don't
right.
nothing.
And
Nothing.
then, and you talk about how much it would mean to you, but you didn't even do your research to see that I'm a content creator too, or maybe you did. But if you did, then what you should say is, "Hey, let's subscribe to each other on YouTube. Make
Right.
it mutually beneficial cuz
Right.
that's what networking. I don't owe you anything
Nah.
because a nigga like me, I'm not doing this the podcasting side of things. I'm doing this for a therapeutic creative outlet, and I will always say that because that's just what it is. So it makes me not feel like, man, people ask me to be on their show, and if it's something that I don't really want to talk about, or I'm not going to do anything just for exposure. I
Right.
have a show.
Right. Right.
And
Right. I got
I,
my own. I don't need to do
you
that.
know what I'm saying? I don't need exposure. Yes, I want to be heard. Don't get me wrong. Yes, I want people, but I want the people that want, you know what I'm saying? Like want to hear my content, want to listen to my life and how I'm trying to grow, and or laugh at what I'm saying, or whatever.
Right.
That's the people that I want. And those people will always find you because the other candy corn coalition dude Penrose who was on here, and it's something that has stuck with me since he said it. He said whatever you invest into, people are going to be drawn to it. So
Mhm.
I'm seeing, even with my business, I'm pouring my all into my business, and I'm even seeing my TikTok views going up, and it's not something that I care about, but at the same time, I understand why it matters. So it's like I don't get validation from that, but I'm like, okay, this is working. Let me just keep going, because you
Right.
have to just keep going. Consistency beats
Mm,
talent.
that's it, dude.
Consistency beats uh experience. You can have all the experience.
Learn
Yeah, like you can
all of
have
it.
all the experience in the world, and if you are not consistent, and if I fall off and don't continue to pour into my business, it's not going to grow. Even though I got all the experience, I'm the
Mhm.
expert, I got this company, but if I'm not consistent with doing what I need to do to build it, then it's not going to go anywhere.
That's true. I tell anybody, you may be more popular than me. You may get you may know more people. You just may whatever it is. You just may do it better or whatever. But you will never outwork me. You
And
will
that's the
never
thing.
be more consistent than I. You can't be. You just can't. It's just in me.
Mhm.
That's just who I am. You can't beat that. You can't
And
make that.
and that work ethic, man, I always attribute my work ethic to my mom, because way before podcasting, way many moons ago, you know what I'm saying? My first job, my mom made me work, and I hated it. I hated it. And my mom said I had to stay there and I had to work there at least a year before I could leave. And I couldn't leave until I had another job. And there's just a bunch of different things she's instilled with me with my work ethic, that it's the way I grind. It really has set the foundation for me to grind the way that I've grinded in all things I've worked towards. Because, like I said, I went to school full time while working full time as a single parent. And that's not easy. You know what I'm saying? Because it's kind of like my kids are, they've kind of gotten used to having to, like, you got to schedule things, or understanding that of course crisis and things take priority, of course. So I'm not saying like, oh, you broke your arm, well, I'm doing this, so no, I'm not saying stuff like that. And even other things, like, but I schedule things, and they're used to me working really hard
Mhm.
towards whatever, so much so that my oldest daughter just thinks I can do anything and thinks I know everything. And I be telling her, like, I do not know everything. I cannot do everything. And yes, you can. Oh, okay. Sure. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's hard work. But at the end of the day, like I said, I've reached this point where I have no choice but to
But
make it
do it.
happen now. But they've so then it's like, well, thank you to the hater. Like, you probably thought I was going to, I don't know why you would think that. That's stupid that you would think I would choose that somewhere I wasn't planning on staying anyway. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? Over pursuing my dream when I worked. I mean, even having to take the classes and the program, and like, dude, having to write a business plan,
I can't imagine.
I almost, and that was the last thing I had to do before, because like she always says, you got to put skin in the game. So you got to do some work. Yes, I'm going to give you, we'll pay for it to get registered, etc. But you got to do your part.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's this opportunity for you to get this trademarking grant, but you got to do your part. So you have to write a grant proposal, and it's due by this day. And those things were hard to do, because while I'm a writer, I'm not that kind of writer. And business is not, like, I'm confident in what I do within my business. So all the tasks and the phases and the programs and the services I offer, I'm confident in that,
Right.
because I've been doing all of that for over 10 years.
Right.
But I've never run a company before. You know what I'm saying? And I have a S corporation, not a LLC. So that's a little bit different, but I did that on purpose because of the different facets of my business. that's what is, the best business structure for me. But I had to learn about stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And all of that has been wild. But whatever knowledge I have, I mean, yes, I'm creating curriculum in a workshop to teach this and make money off of it, but I put out free game all the time. If I see somebody on the timeline and they're like, hey, whatever, something that I just happen to know, I'm gonna help them out. You know what I'm saying? Because it shouldn't always be about, like, there should be some giving back in all that we
Yeah.
do. You know what I'm saying? Especially when so many people have poured into me, and even like the two different business mentors that I have that serve different purposes. And hell, I may need a third one at some point. You know what I'm saying? Just depending on what I'm trying to grow in. If there's somebody that I see as the expert and I know it's an area that I'm struggling in, it doesn't mean that, for me, it doesn't mean that I'm not going to do it. It means that I just need to learn how to do it,
Yeah.
because I learn very quickly and then I master it and I run with it. And that's how I've always been. So, like, as I've been talking to my mom about this, she's always said, in anything, because I always talk to her about promotions I'm trying to get or whatever, she always says, you can do whatever you set your mind to do. And when I told her, I was like, well, your daughter's, I'm just a CEO, that's it. Like, I'm not working for anybody anymore. She's like, if anybody can do it, you can. And not some fake stuff, because my mom ain't that mom. My
Right.
mom
Oh, we know.
Right, you're right. Yeah, my mom is not that mom. She ain't about to just
No.
say something because it sounds good at all.
Right.
So, and my dad is the same way. You know what I'm saying? So that's the life update, y'all. Um,
I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you.
thank you. I
Proud
appreciate
of
that. Now I feel like I could speak more freely because I've been faking like I still work. Trying to say stuff like I don't have all day to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, I recorded this week's episode in the middle of the day. You know what I'm saying? Should have been working, but that's work. And that's the dope thing too, is that like, everything is under the umbrella of my company. So even podcasting and all that. And so everything, I don't know, it's just so dope that it's like my life is creating content and the stuff with my company, and even with that, there's content that needs to be created with that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just, I'm very blessed that, one, to have the creative platforms, because I love podcasting, but everybody knows writing is my first love. And so to be able to consistently write blogs every Monday about whatever, that's just a blessing. Just to have, just that the world is set up to where I can podcast every week, I can blog every week, but then also to be running a whole company, and like, it's built off of all the, like, how I am, like, what makes me happy as an employee.
Right.
So, like, there's the coaching side of things. I love teaching people and educating them. But then there's the special projects, as I call them. So that's the standard operating procedure writing and the resume and cover letter writing, because I need projects to complete, to check off a to-do list, to feel accomplished, because coaching and things like that can kind of be more ongoing. And if you have a client that maybe needs to be supported for longer, it may feel like not never ending in a negative way, but like there's no end in sight and there's no sense of completion to it because you're continually supporting. So I built my company based off what I know I need to feel satisfied, in what I'm passionate about. So
That's dope. That's dope.
yes, y'all. So this has been story time with that nigga. You know what I'm saying? And before we get up out of here, why don't you tell the people where they can find you, about your show and all that good stuff.
You can find me on Instagram at Chilling with Juice Pod. Follow me on Twitter at I'm Chilling. What is my podcast about?
A lot.
A lot, a lot, any and everything. As of late, you will hear me rant about Jada Pinkett Smith.
Kind of seen that.
Oh. Well, after we wrap up, I'm gonna go do some more angry shit about Miss Jada Pinkett Smith,
Oh,
and
okay.
that's coming out very soon. Don't you worry about it. Very, very soon. So yeah, follow me on Instagram, Twitter. The podcast is streaming on every streaming platform there is. Yeah, that's it. That's me, Candy Corn Poppy.
Ew. So disgusting. All right, so a couple announcements before we get up out of here. Podcast happy hour for October is going to be hosted on Chris's platform. We don't have a date for that yet, but as always, I'll let y'all know, so be on the lookout. Next month, November, there's the next spoken word night, so it's going to be a live stream. Again, I don't have a date for that, but it's going to be somewhere in the week of November 12th, because November 12th, it's my podiversary.
Oh yeah,
Hey,
oh yeah.
yes, coming up on 2 years. So, yeah, and then I got episode 100 coming up. And it's kind of crazy because I've been trying to figure out what I actually want to do with that, but it's kind of dope because episode 100 also starts it's the first episode of season 5.
Mhm.
Somehow the stars align for it to be like that. um I don't know what I'm gonna do yet, but episode 100 is coming. There's a lot going on, as you could tell, and there's been a lot of transition. And who knows, maybe I'll focus more efforts, because I've been focusing more on the 2 year podiversary with the spoken word event. That's like
Mhm.
I don't want to say it's the bigger celebration, because 100 straight weeks, I have not missed a week yet. And
Consistency.
yeah, like real talk, I can't think of what would make me actually miss a week, simply because even if something happened in my life, I could just do a quick episode, like, hey, you know what I'm saying? So it's like I'm very blessed with that, because there are people that they don't have this type of platform where they have to stick to
Right.
true crime or whatever, and so then when things happen in their life, they just don't record.
Right.
But for me, being productive and also creating
Mhm.
is self-care for me, because and I actually learned this, shout out to, I cannot even think of her name, Conversations with a Brown Girl podcast.
Mhm.
She did a thing, and I feel like I've talked about it on here before, where she was saying, what does the 5 love languages look like for you to love yourself?
Mhm.
And one of my love languages is quality time. And one of the ways that you love yourself with quality time is creating or doing something like that. So it makes so much sense that, no matter what's going on in my life, I still pour it into creating in some sort of way. And the cool thing about my business is there's a lot of creating, there's flyers, there's social media posts, and Canva, shout out to them, because that's where
Yeah.
I create
Every
everything. I'm
my stuff.
telling you, my business cards, I create all my podcasts, cover art, like blog cover, or yeah, I guess that'd be cover art too. Everything, all my social media posts for my business, even if it's a meme, I still take it through Canva, because there's certain template, what I'm saying, the
Yeah.
branding,
Yeah.
my page got to look
Yeah.
how it got to look,
Yeah.
you know
Gotta
what
look
I'm saying?
professional.
Got to add the music, you know what I'm saying? My exclusive beats, and I do that on purpose. A homie of mine who did the beat for for my intro,
Mhm.
I wanted to have something that's like, first of all, I didn't want to have anchor stuff
Yeah.
anymore, because I got tired of hearing everybody else
Everybody got it.
you know what I'm saying, got the exact same beat as you. And so ended up getting 5 beats from him, and him and I joke because I'm like, I literally use the same 5 beats for everything I do. I may just slow it down to make it sound different or speed it up or whatever, but everything I do, I use the same 5 beats. So for me, yeah, creating is super important. So I think probably most of my efforts are going to go towards the 2-year podiversary, just because 100 episodes is dope. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But I don't want to, I thought about doing the whole, have some people record and do all that. But since I'm putting so much into the, spoken word night, I think that's kind of going to be more what it's going to be. But episode 100 is coming. You feel me? 100 weeks in this thing.
Very soon.
That's what's up, I guess that's it for announcements. So before we get up out of here, as always, make sure you are taking care of yourself mentally and emotionally, spiritually. Make sure you're taking care of yourself physically. Man, my snatch 40s. See, that's why I stopped working out. I just got too kind of like tired. That's how I know it was time to stop doing all that extra. Full-time job. Now it's that extra. You know what I'm saying? Now it's that extra.
It's that extra.
Yeah, I because I started doing the bare minimum, and so I still pretty much stick to my eating decently or whatever, but I had to pause, and then I started back up, and then now I haven't been feeling the greatest, but it's okay because it's more so what you eat than anything, and it's better for you to rest and make sure your body can actually do the workouts rather than try to force yourself when you're not feeling the greatest. So it's just something I don't stress about. And somebody the other day was like, "Oh, you still working out?" And no, not like that. You know what I'm saying? But it's the eating. You know what I'm saying? Like that more than anything is going to get you there. And then always make sure you are healthy in your relationships. Don't be out here toxic. Don't be out here being a hater, trying to hate on people's dreams. You know what I'm saying? Like, mind your business. Focus on pursuing your own dreams, because when I don't got time to be hating on. I barely have time to care about what other people are doing sometimes. Like, everything is, I got to record, or I got to do this, or I got to do that. Like, I don't got time to be hating and caring about what other people are doing.
Yeah, I don't care that much.
You know what I'm saying? So find you some business and stay out of other people's business. Yeah, especially stay out of mine. You know what I'm saying? 100%. But keep watching though, whoever, in case you listen. Keep watching me elevate.
Learn something from.
You know what I'm saying? You just might. Hey, I put out free game all the time, so you probably really could learn something. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely could.
But we're gonna go ahead and get up out of here. So I will talk to y'all soon.
Ladies and gents, this concludes transmission. Tune in next time for a whole new edition. Another adventure and mission to share, be heard, and clarify the vision of this whole new world for